Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. I've actually been wanting to get to this one for a very long time, but I've always wanted to do this one co-op. Anyways, let's start with the story. High above— oh, that went fast. A shadowy figure is unleashing chaos on the peaceful world. Meta Knight flies into the mirror world to protect Dreamland. However, oh my. Kirby, ever the heroic. And that's how our story begins. But yes, I've been wanting to do this game for a very long time, but I've been wanting to do it with friends. Unfortunately, this was a Game Boy Advance game where you needed link cables to play together. And the other big kicker was that everything happened on everyone's individual screens, so recording it made it a little tricky. Especially when people would want to go off their separate ways, missing all the information unless they were recording their side too. But with this game now on the Nintendo Online service, we have ourselves a nice way to play it. And I might be able to drag in some friends every once in a while. Anyways, why don't we start off with the sub-games, since these never really come into play in the main game. We've got Speed Eaters, Crackety Hack, and Kirby Wave Ride. So let's start with this one. Speed Eaters. Ready, set, eat. It's effectively quick draw. I'm just going to show off the level 1s because the higher levels just mean the CPU is a lot stronger and faster. I'm probably going to fail anyway, because you gotta watch. Because not all of those will be apples, sometimes they'll be bombs too, and that makes you skip a turn. Which I just won hands down. The expressions on their faces. Alright, now let's show off Crackety Hack. This one might look familiar to you guys if you've played the later Kirby games. And power up with the A button and align your target. Aim for the max if you can. And, oh, so close. And then whoever gets the lowest wins. And you can make it all the way to the other side. There's something over there. But I'm just gonna show off what I can. And last, which is my favorite, is Kirby Wave Ride. Ride the waves and win the race. Jump at the right time, and you can make some speed. So now, at the top of the jump is always a good time to do it. There we go. Dang it. Oh my. I'm not doing as great as I want to be. It doesn't help that I saw someone walking out front of my house near the road there, and it leaves you suspicious. One drawback to your home being on the side of the highway. Alright, we did it though. This is a fun one I like to spend my time with. Ah, didn't get under 30 seconds though. Alright. But that's the mini-games for this collection, so why don't we get started? Adventure with 4 Kirbys. I probably should have changed my buttons a little more, but that's okay. Why? Wait. I don't remember Kirby looking like that originally in that icon. Why does it look 8-bit? That's weird. I'm gonna have to check again. It's just been forever since I've seen it. And there goes Meta Knight. Alright. So we have started. Now, how many of you remember Flagship from Zelda Oracle of Ages and Seasons? Because they're the exact same flagship that worked on this game. Anyways, this is a nice tutorial level, kind of teaching us what to do, where to go. Let's see if I can get the other Kirbys to follow. Thank you, because we need them to progress. Their AI aren't the brightest bulbs in the bunch, but they can get the job done. And this is actually where we got introduced to the Mega Suck. I can't think of a better word to call it. Mega Inhale? That doesn't sound any better. Either way, it's a strong one. And yes, like in Kirby Superstar, you can share health. So this is something I want you guys to keep in mind. Whenever you see this flicker above the star door, it means you haven't passed through it yet. And there are some doors you want to go both ways through. It actually does count that in the percentage. And someone had grabbed a copy ability. I'm quite happy with my sword right now. As much as I wouldn't mind getting Cupid. Flamer. Your health in the bottom right corner, and chests are introduced, giving us our first map. And bringing us to a helpful bit of advice. Using the L and R button, you call for help with the R button, and you can hold the L button to return to the hub world. But watch your battery when calling for help. It'll never run out to return home, but it will to call others. Oh no, Meta Knight! He was defeated by his mere self. And off. Oh! Hello! So there's a shadow version of us, too. Or a dark version? Yeah, their actual names are Dark Kirby and Dark Meta Knight. But we saw what happened, and our goal is to rescue Meta Knight. You're probably noticing I'm standing on their heads. So actually, because if I can activate it, it's really tricky to hit. You can actually jump off their heads for a super jump like that. Now, the CPUs will follow you around in the hub world and instead of making their way out on their own, but we've only really got one place to go, and that's into this mirror to follow Dark Meta Knight. I honestly wish he was called Mirror Meta Knight because he is the Mirror World version. And yeah, he's the big bad. You hopped over my head. But I felt Mirror Meta Knight sounds way better than Dark Meta Knight. I think it's just too overused. But yeah, another thing to keep in mind is some doorways will have small stars, which means they are one way. So that's something to keep in mind as well if you're looking at going different pathways, which also brings up that map. So you can still look at your copy abilities on the pause screen and it just tells you what to do. And it even gives you control schemes if you need them. But if we hit select, we get a rough map. This is only if we haven't found the map. But to point out a couple things first, the map will always give you the location of where the mirror shard is. Or is it a big room? I can't remember which. It could be a little of both. We'll find out as I go along. It has been many years since I played this game, and a good few years since I played this version on the Switch Online. But things you can keep in mind is you'll notice there are some panels that are flashing. Those flashing panels let you know you have found everything in that area. This map is very bare bones, but I still think it gets the job done just fine. The only downside I have to it is, especially if you get the fleshed out maps, is kind of reading where to go and where doors take you. It's still difficult because they don't line up at all. It works, but it could be better. And then you have your full world map. This is the mirror world, and we'll be exploring all of it. Let's not get beamed. Anyways, this level layout's looking awfully familiar. I wonder if even worth a check. No. That would have been funny. But yeah, it's a mirror world of Dreamland. Nope. Just with a 1-up. And now we have 2 one-way paths. I'm gonna start with the bottom. Because I want to start with the bottom. Fighter. Waddle these. Alright. So where are we gonna go? Oh. Seems we have a nice mansion-y area. Can I just say the backgrounds in this game look really nice? Honestly, this looks really good here on the Nintendo Online. Which reminds me, when my friends and I were playing this together, we got the link cable error, which was freaking hilarious. Because the only reason that should happen is if someone unplugs their Game Boy from the link cable. Oh. Hello, Dark Kirby. What are you gonna do? Nothing? I'll take that, thank you. Oh. Whee! So the warp stars do wait a bit in case someone else is in the room to hop on. Oh! And we're taking to Moonlight Mansion already. Giving us its map. So now, if we check the map, this is what the maps are going to look like. And it looks like both areas lead us to the same location. So, there are goals. These are actually nice to have when you want to grind lives, because you might die a lot in this game. Any neutral lines mean you can go back that direction, whereas the ones with the arrows mean they're one-way paths. So we're stuck on this route, but it does tell us where the boss is and where the mirror shard is. So that's going to be my first goal. Alright. So that's what I want to do. I gotta remember the buttons now. Okay. Don't worry about you. These guys suck. Snooters. They suck. I kind of wish I had a missile. I could have made my way through those blocks. Battery, if you ever run out. Snooters will eat you, by the way. And this is a two-way door, so definitely get that. And it's Mr. Frosty! There we go. I'll gladly take some ice, because I like ice. Because you can freeze things solid and use them as projectiles. Oh, we found this already. Well, first, door. And boop. Now we have a warp back to the hub world and a checkpoint, effectively. And when we do go through, it does bring us back, which is quite nice. Okay, get that done, and see where we are. Okay. So we can go up there. I can't remember what the stars mean. I think they just mean warps. But we want to get to the boss if we can. So let's do that. Down the ladders. There's a door there. A bat. Helps if I'm aiming the right way. Oh! These guys blocking. So there's gotta be a way in there. I know there is. Scarfy. Still being Scarfies. Are you gonna walk or no? You're gonna walk, okay. Alright. So this takes me... Okay, so I'm gonna want a lower door. If I can get it. It opens. So this is an old trick. And this is a multi-door, so I can... Interesting. Okay, that's something I'm gonna have to remember. Let's see. A one-way path, a battery. You. The projectiles do some good damage. That's one way. I just want to quickly check something. Okay, we won't be able to go this way anyway, so... Ah! You jerk! Good thing they gave me a cherry. And that should bring me where I want to go, right? Yeah, okay, nice. And they even give me some hyper candy! Let's just book it. Whee! And this takes me where I want to go. Awesome. These golems, honestly, are just in the way. And button. Oh, it opened up a warp for us. I'm pretty sure that's in Area 1 somewhere. Okay. And when you get a silent room, it means you're at a boss. And the stained glass windows in here are quite nice because it lets you know what some of the bosses you're going to be fighting. Take it slow. In we go. And call some friends. Oh, someone has UFO already. And this guy's a joke. Bye, King Golem. Let me grab that, thank you. And we get our first mirror shard. Not a bad start, if I do say so. And the reason I called everyone was for the Kirby dance. That and the CPUs do attack, so it's nice. But yes, it looks like we got our Area 1 map, so let's grab our map. Now we actually have something nice to look at. Zoom in, zoom out, all that. Alrighty, well, I think this is a good starting point and a good place for me to take a break. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Let's Play Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. This is Autumn Child saying I'll see you all next time.